Welcome back. President Trump huddling with lawmakers on the Hill today as they debate the future of nearly 2 million dreamers. But a new Homeland Security report could throw a wrench in amnesty, revealing nearly 60,000 DACA recipients were arrested during their time in the U.S., and 54,000 of them had prior records. So what comes next for the controversial program? And we're going to talk all things immigration today. Here now to debate is Democratic Strategist Rochelle Ritchie and New York City Councilman Joe Borelli. Guys, thanks so much for coming on this morning.
Good morning.
Joe, I want to start with you. 60,000 with at least an arrest record. We don't know how many of them were convicted of anything. Does that concern you when we're talking about amnesty for DACA?
Yeah, it should, and it should be more concerning that the overall Democratic approach to DACA is to give a blanket amnesty, a blanket amnesty to all 800,000 people, if not the full 2 million. I mean, this is directly, in conflict with the ideas that President Trump ran on. One on that we should have a secure border and we should vet people that are here. He's meeting with the Republican GOP today. Fixing DACA is part of that idea, but he also wants to end chain migration, end the visa lottery program, and of course fund a border wall.
Rochelle, I imagine Democrats would say, what's the incarceration rate of regular average American citizens, right?
Well, honestly, if you look at the numbers when it comes to Americans in this country, we're talking about 13% of DACA recipients have been arrested, right? That's 1 in 3 for American citizens. That's triple the number of DACA recipients that we're seeing. But to me, this report supports the fact that you have a blindfold of justice that seems to come off in this country when it comes to people of color. And my problem with the report is that it implies that these people that have been arrested have been convicted, and that is not the case. And to me, it is a little bit ridiculous that we continue to try to criminalize a certain sort of demographic of people in this country. I mean, since when does an arrest equate to guilty in the United States of America?
Okay, so we've got this potential deal. This is all coming to a head right now. The rhetoric is really hot. They're going to try and work something out. You've got DACA. You've got these loopholes that they want to close. You've got chain migration, visa lottery, family separation. You got the wall. Joe, what kind of a deal do you think could come of all of this? When you put this all together, what could come out the other end?
Look, the president is actually the one who's been very consistent since he took office and since even before in the campaign. You pointed out the 4 pillars that he wants to get done. The reality is that when you even look at the Steinle bill in 2017, other bills that came up earlier this year, it has always been the Democrats who have obstructed any and all proposals to do a comprehensive deal because they do not want to give in on funding the border wall. If people are unhappy seeing some of the horrific sites on the border...
But they did offer. Didn't they offer DACA for the wall?
They offered a very minute amount of money that wouldn't have paid for the full wall.
Not full funding.
Not full funding. And that's the problem you see now, is that no one wants to give Donald Trump the thing he ran, campaign, has been honest about since the first day he took the escalator down the stairs. And I think without doing a large deal, whether it's the Goodlatte bill or whether it's the leadership bill that comes out of today's meeting with the House GOP, either way, I think you'll see a major reform. We just need Democrats on board.
Rochelle, with these pictures from the border, these kids being separated from their moms, it's a jarring picture to see. It works well for the Democrats. Do you see a deal happening now?
Well, I would hope that a deal could happen now. I mean, quite frankly, in 2012, Obama presented the DREAM Act, which the House Republicans failed to pass, and so now we have DACA. And in 2018, in January, President Donald Trump actually echoed Obama's idea to ensure that these people were put onto a path of legal citizenship. And I think that is the goal that we should see on both sides. This is a bipartisan issue, and I think that Republicans and Democrats want to make sure that these people are on a path to legal citizenship.
And Joe, real quick, I mean, we've got these images coming from the border, and they are jarring, and they do tug at the heartstrings, but it doesn't negate the fact that there is a huge problem. I mean, the word is out on how to get in here and how to get amnesty, how to get away with it, and it's being taught to these people by these people pushing them across the border. There is a problem that needs to be solved.
Right. You saw a 315% increase in the number of children being brought fraudulently as children of the alleged person they're with. 10,000 out of the total 12,000 children in DHS custody were here alone. We're not part of an actual family unit. And these pictures are bad, and the president has acknowledged that. But the president also has acknowledged that it will take laws in Congress to change. The Democratic solution, again, is just to nullify or at best ignore the laws that are on the books.
Catch and release. Okay. All right, guys, thanks so much for coming on this morning. We do appreciate it. A very complicated issue today. All right.